Cats live my dream life. They spend 2/3 of their time snoozing, and when they do wake up, they spend half their time grooming and eating. Cut the grooming and I'm there. Unfortunately, that leaves them plenty of time to get into mischief, as we're about to see. We're back with a brand new series devoted to our favourite animals, cats.
It is, right in the corner. You stay there, you.
Really is the most bizarre thing I've seen in years.
In this new series, there'll be more kitties close to catastrophe.
Oh dear. It's like his brain's just not working with his legs.
Oh dear. Yeah, you're really bad, aren't you? Oh, sweetheart.
With more dramatic rescues from the professionals who dedicate their lives to saving them.
Cats are cats, so they're never really what you expect, so we'll be ready here in case he comes this way.
I've got you tight, OK? You'd be better to get out of here, trust me.
We'll meet the cat-loving members of the public determined to help these amazing creatures.
It's really nice that we can change their lives after they've had a rocky start.
And I'll be back at some of the country's busiest animal hospitals to experience firsthand what life is like treating ill and injured moggies.
He's quite aggressive.
Right.
So what we need to do is give him a sedation first.
Elephant gun.
Exactly.
From the back
and
of the
then,
room.
Just a little dark one.
Yeah. In today's episode,
I completely understand why you're upset.
a worried resident's report of an injured cat means an emotional rescue for Inspector Hershey Bowl.
He's completely dragging that back leg. He's not weight-bearing at all.
There's Mum.
That's where it was the other day, yeah.
A befriended stray cat hiding in a messy house proves hard for Matt Brown to get hold of.
Hello.
Hello, Cola. I understand you're about to lose your fizz. And I play what I'm assured is a vital role as I help out with Cola the kitten's castration.
When I tried to tuck his tail under, unless you... Do you mind?
No, that's like the best job I've ever had, holding a cat's tail. Cats like Ed Sheeran here are incredible survivors. They can be fiercely independent and brave, but there are rare occasions when moggies need help, and it's vital that their owners are there for them when they do.
We've just had a member of public give us a call in regards to what they believe to be their neighbour's cat. They say it is quite underweight and they suspect that one of its back legs is broken.
In the Midlands, Inspector Hershey Bowl is responding to a call reporting a cat with a bad leg injury.
It's a bit of an awkward situation because the person that's called it in has actually got this cat confined in their house, and the cat lives on the same street, and the caller knows who the owner is. A large part of the calls that we get can be from either neighbours or family. Now you're not only dealing with one person, you're actually dealing with another person too. And those are really tricky situations. Morning, Rona. Hello, Rona. Hi. Thank you.
Rona Bird and her husband Dickie are worried about Suti.
His right back leg, but he's dragging it, so I went over the road and I picked him up.
How long has he been doing that for?
A couple of weeks, apparently.
A couple of weeks, OK. But when did you notice it first, him doing this? OK. What did the owner say?
That it's, she has taken him to the vets.
Poor Rona is distraught about Suti's condition.
He is extremely, I'd say, emaciated. He's very, very thin, very thin. He's completely dragging that back leg. He's not weight-bearing at all.
And it seems Rona and Dickie aren't the only neighbours taking an interest in Suti's welfare.
The neighbours up the road were worried, and they took him to the vet and said it's either amputation or
put him to sleep. OK. I've got to get to the bottom of what's happened. I completely understand why you're upset.
Before she can take any action, Hershey needs to get both sides of the story.
A very large part of an inspector's job is to deal with people. It's just really important to remember that you've got to keep calm, you've got to listen to what everybody's saying, and don't judge, really. Not to take sides. You are the person that has to be impartial in that situation. Hi, morning, Sarah. Hi, I'm an inspector from the RSPCA. I've had a call about a cat, my darling. A black and white one.
Yeah, I actually spoke to the RSPCA. I'm trying to get him in to the hospital.
OK, can I come in and just have a chat with you about that?
Yeah, because I can't afford to get... That's why I'm trying to ring up.
OK, what I need to know is what's the cat called?
Suti.
Suti. When did Suti last go to the vets?
About a week ago.
OK, so that was last week. So if he's had a broken leg for a week, what have you done since?
We've had painkillers.
From where?
The vets.
OK, do you have them on you now?
No, he's used them all now.
A suspected broken leg and no painkillers means Suti is very likely to be suffering.
The problem I have now is that I've got grounds to suspect that you might have committed an offence in terms of the Animal Welfare Act by failing to take him to the vets. But what I'm going to say to you is that he's going to go to a vet's now. I'm going to take him, all right? I know you're upset, but if you look at the condition of him, you're basically saying to me that you've not been able to take him because you've not had the money.
The owner knows Suti needs treatment, but she's also worried that may mean him having to be put to sleep.
The main significant part of this is going to be whether or not the medication that she was given either a week or two ago was enough to last the cat up until now. And unfortunately, within the law, having no money is not an excuse to not take your animal to the vets when it needs veterinary care.
The owner, who also has 7 other cats, has agreed she can take Suti to the vet, so she heads back to Rona's house to collect him.
I'm going to take him to a vet, and I'm going to get him looked at, all right? And then what I'm going to have to do is find out what she did and didn't do. You know, just like you, Rona, she's really upset as well. Yeah, and she's crying too.
I know she loves her cats.
OK. What we need to find out is, does he have any feeling in that leg? Is that leg causing him any pain or discomfort, and ultimately any suffering? Oh, I'll grab a basket. Okay. All right.
It's all right. You're going to be fine.
Darling, you come here with me, sweetie. All right. OK. All right, darling.
Thank you so much for coming.
No, that's OK, sweetheart.
Bye-bye, darling.
Go and enjoy the sun now, Rona, yeah? All right? OK. Come on.
Suti's future is now in the hands of the vet, so fingers crossed something can be done for him and his poor leg. Hershey Bowl has just picked up Suti, an elderly cat with a suspected broken leg. With the owner's permission, Hershey's brought Suti to be assessed by vet Jack McHale.
Hi, Jack.
Hey, Hershey.
He's called Suti. He's either 13 or 16. There's a bit of dispute about his age, but basically he's really, really underweight, and he's completely non-weight bearing on one of his back legs, and it's sort of dragging that way.
Yep, OK.
Jack has received information from the vet that Suti was taken to 2 weeks ago.
They estimated to amputate the leg because it was broken.
Right, OK.
But they didn't have any money to pay for anything.
OK.
So they gave her some pain relief and told her that she needs to look at either calling the RSPCA or the PDSA.
Suti's owner told Hershey she couldn't afford the treatment. She hasn't contacted either charity, and it's been over a week since Suti had any painkillers. What Hershey and Jack need to establish is if he can feel his injured leg and how much pain it's causing him.
All right, Suti. I can get you to grab that basket. Thank you, darling. Oh, you're a good boy.
The leg looks horrible, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, poor boy.
He's got no control over it, has he? At all?
No. He's not moving it, he's just dragging it along with him.
Yeah, it's just sort of hanging, really.
I think he's damaged his knee. I can feel it looks like there's a bit of instability at the top of the knee joint, which he doesn't like me touching.
Right.
So I suspect that's where he's injured it. When I pinch his toe here, he's not pulling his leg back.
No.
And he should be pulling it back from right at the top even when I do this. So I think there's been some significant nerve damage from below the knee.
Seems poor Suti can feel his broken knee, but not the rest of his leg.
If he has no deep pain, then the prognosis from getting any nerve function back in that leg is poor.
The main question for me then is he suffering?
He is suffering.
Okay.
He's in pain.
Right, OK.
A painful leg isn't Suti's only problem, though.
What about his body condition?
He is thin. You can feel his spine and his ribs and his pelvis.
Yeah.
A lot of older cats lose weight, and you know, there are variable reasons for that. I think realistically we should be doing a blood test to check his underlying condition, because realistically, the next stage for treatment with his leg is probably going to be amputation, and I don't want to put him under an anaesthetic without knowing that he's okay.
We'll find out the results of Suti's blood test later and see if he's in a fit state to have his leg operated on. There are thousands of unwanted kittens born every year, an issue that could easily be resolved by responsible neutering. If your feline friend is a boy, there are many good reasons for giving him the chop. No smelly territorial spraying, for one. Castration can be done when your kitty is as young as 8 weeks old, like Cola here.
Hello, Cola. Come on. Yes. I understand you're about to lose your fizz. Listen, I promise I'll get them to look after you, and I personally won't have anything to do with that. OK, good luck.
Cola's in the safe hands of vet Ellie Cavale and hospital assistant Abby Rayside for his op. Hi there, Ellie.
Hi, hello.
Nice to see you.
You too. So, we're here to castrate Cola. Hello, Cola. No?
He knows.
He knows. He won't remember anything, will you?
So how long will the whole procedure take?
The castration itself is very, very quick.
Right.
But obviously, we need to give him the injection, wait until he's anesthetized, shave him and clean him.
Is this sort of like a general anaesthetic?
It is a general anesthetic.
Okay.
It's an injectable general anesthetic.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
I'm
sorry.
I didn't like that. Neither would I. When I was a nurse, I was terrible at giving injections.
Oh. We put them back in,
Right.
up into the cage to let them settle,
Oh, bless him.
because he's going to start feeling very, very sleepy now.
It must be so weird, though, because you just, as a kitten or a cat, you just haven't got a clue what's going on, have you? I wonder what it's like in his world. It's like someone just made my bum hurt and now I feel tired.
Exactly.
Castration is a simple procedure as no sutures are needed. And as the surgery is on the outside of the body, any problems that might occur are easier to see.
I'm going to try to tuck his tail under, unless you... Do you mind?
No, that's like the best job I've ever had, holding a cat's tail. You're not going to make me help you shave him, are you?
I promise I won't if you really don't want to.
Look at the size of those and the size of him. Just one thing before we start.
We need to wear some hats.
OK.
Please?
Oh, good. I was hoping there was a hat. How's that?
Very nice.
Quite undignified for poor old Cola, isn't it? And seems a stylish hat isn't the only fashion statement on the catwalk today. It's not really like it's cold, Abby. Why are you putting socks on Cola?
So when obviously they're sedated, their body temperature drops as well, and they lose a lot of their heat through their pores. So we pop these socks on just to kind of conserve that heat and keep their temperature up as well.
Right. Ellie, why is it important to castrate young cats like this?
Very important for several reasons, mostly for them, because obviously if they grow up and they have a raging testosterone, they will be frustrated all the time if they are kept indoors.
Right.
If they escape, which they will try to, then they can get into other trouble, like get run over chasing girls, or there have been cats that have jumped off a very high window, like from the 3rd floor, 4th floor. They just don't care, you know, if they hear females calling.
So the effect of testosterone is that powerful,
Exactly,
is it?
yeah. So nature just takes over and they don't think.
I know a few men like that.
So if I can have the blade, please.
And I should imagine they'll be crossing their legs right about now.
I'm gonna try and grab hold of his little testicles, but yes, please.
Right.
You can do the tail holding. They're very, very tiny.
That's just like a little pea, is it?
It is very, very small.
Time to look away, surgery phobes. OK, so you've cut through the skin,
I've cut through the skin, and now I'm going to cut through the rest of the tunic, which is the membrane that covers the testicle. So you kind of pop it, squeeze it out.
And you're sort of pinching it out.
I'm pulling it and pinching it at the same time.
After the pulling and pinching, there's also a bit of knotting.
So now, yes, I'm going to knot the two together, tie the two together. One is the vessels, the blood vessels.
Right.
And the other bit is cord, the spermatic cord, that takes the sperm from the testicles to the urethra.
Ellie repeats the process for the second tiny testicle. I have quite fat, sausagey fingers. I'd never be able to do what Ellie's doing now. It looks so fiddly.
It is very fiddly, and the younger they are, the smaller the testicles,
Yeah.
the more fiddly it is.
I just put a paper clip there or something. Which is why I'm only allowed to hold the tail.
Here we are, all done.
Fantastic.
So we can let go of the tail.
Oh, I don't want to. It's kind of rather comforting.
So we're going to bring him round now.
Little Cola needs an injection to reverse the effects of his anaesthetic. As ever, it's been fascinating.
It went well, so hopefully when he wakes up, as I said, he'll remember nothing.
Yeah,
And,
I'll ask him.
You ask him, yes.
Cola, I'm not going to try and have a chat with you when you're unconscious. We'll catch up later. What I'll be saying to Cola is any discomfort is going to be worth it and mean you can now find a permanent home. Over the past few weeks, we've been following the progress of young mum cat Tiger and her new brood to show you all the amazing stages of a kitten's development. Tiger first came to the centre already pregnant, as she was living in a multi-cat household where they were all into breeding.
The most important during the scan is for nurses to give cuddles. You're very technical in here.
And last time we saw her, she gave birth to her first litter.
We won't handle them for the first few days because it just gets rid of mum's scent, and that's the last thing we want to do.
Sadly, in the first week, one of Tiger's kittens died, which isn't uncommon. Now we're back at South Godstone Animal Centre, where the remaining 3 kittens have reached 2 weeks of age, and they're thriving.
Come on in, sweetie.
Animal care assistant Sapphire Taylor has been watching their progress.
Hey, darling.
We decided to call them animals from the jungle because their mum's called Tiger. So yeah, this is little Bear.
Very ferocious. Are you sure bears live in the jungle?
You in there? Yeah, you fast asleep. So this one we've called Giraffe.
I'm no David Attenborough, but I don't think giraffes live in the jungle either.
And they've grown loads in the last couple of weeks, but they're still really cute.
Come on, what's the last one called? Shark?
So this one's Lion. And this is the most vocal kitten.
Lion? Not a jungle animal, but at least it's feline. Sapphire is taking the 3 kittens to vet Nazreen Musa for their 2-week checkup.
Hello. So these are Tiger's kittens?
Yeah.
She's going to start with the big boy of the bunch, Lion.
Oh, hello, little one. It's a good weight. Eyes are nice and clean. Eyes have now opened because they're just over 2 weeks old. Generally, the eyes will open around 10 days. Their umbilical cords have fallen off. That will have fallen off within 2 days of being born. So that's where it would have been, and that's all nice and clean and settled. This is a very loud voice for a little kitten.
Little brother Bear has less of a roar than Lion. His baby teeth are just starting to come through.
Just have a look and see what his teeth are like. So he'll just be starting to teeth at the moment. Those teeth will grow quite quickly. Their sense of smell develops at this stage, and they tend to develop a preference for a particular nipple on the mum.
Last to stick her neck out is little sister Giraffe.
Giraffe looks like the littlest one. Little girl. You just pop her on the scales and see what she weighs today.
Her brothers have weighed in at 330 and 350 grams.
So she weighs 280 grams. So she's definitely smaller than her brothers. This is what we expect to see. The female kittens are often a little bit smaller and weigh less than the male kittens. Over the next week, we'd expect them to increase in weight. and that will be in the region of 7 to 10 grams daily. They're all as we would expect at this stage.
The 3 healthy kittens will start their worming treatment in the next few days.
And Mum's doing a very good job of looking after them.
Right, should we pop you back to your mummy?
Mum Tiger's been doing a wonderful job. The kittens will continue feeding from her for the next 3 weeks or so. We'll be back to see how much they've grown. Coming up...
His heart rate when he came in was well over 200, which is far too high.
What's next for Suti?
Even in a stress situation, we normally expect a heart rate of about 180, something like that.
And Matty Brown gets some help catching a kitten.
Good start. You can have a job in our place, you can.
Cats like Doris here can be quite detached. You only hear what you want to hear, don't you? But even stray cats like a bit of company, on their own terms, of course. In Wigan, Animal Welfare Officer Matty Brown is responding to a call from Paul Jones, who needs help catching some stray cats. They've been living with his stepson, who's currently in hospital.
Before he went into hospital, he'd taken in a stray. He'd been feeding this cat for quite some time.
The cat has a kitten too. And in a traumatic turn of events, with Paul's stepson not at home, some squatters moved in and trashed the place, turning it from a safe space to a hazardous environment for the kittens.
Hi, how's it going? I'm fine. You're Matt?
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah, great. Nice to meet you.
Yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing fine, thank you, Matt.
Good man. So it's just a couple of cats in here, is it?
Yes. There's the kitten there.
Well caught, that man.
Right.
That's one. Good start. You can have a job in our place, you can cast them out. Well, face value, you know, it's good nick. Thankfully.
But where is Mum Cat hiding? She's not with her kitten, so Matty heads upstairs to try and track her down.
Flexible as an Olympic athlete. Cats are really unpredictable because obviously some of them are household cats, you know, they used to be held and stuff like that, but some of them are a bit nutty. That's nothing in here. Nothing else in here. Definitely not.
The only place left unsearched is the kitchen.
Oh, there's Mum.
That's where it was the other day, yeah.
It's just there. And it's blocked off, so it's just going to be behind the cooker. It's that handy. Obviously, it's... Anyway. Come on. Oh, come on, then. Hey, nice little face. Come on, sweetheart.
While the 8-week-old kitten was easy to catch, Mum looks much more wary and scared.
Come on. Ooh, too much more, is that? Come on. Come and say hello. Come on.
Mum's not in the mood for hellos. But Matty is determined to try and get her out. The chaotic environment isn't ideal for her or her kitten to stay in. To save Matty having to dismantle the whole kitchen to reach the cat, Paul has a suggestion.
Here somewhere.
Do you want to try tempting out with a bit of food? It came out for me, you see.
Yeah. I think she's more frightened than anything, so...
Yeah.
But it's worth a try.
Come on.
Only thing is, as Paul's been feeding her, the cat might be more scared than hungry. It looks as if a bit of kitchen unit dismantling might be the only way.
It's just a case of getting better access, that's all.
Yeah.
Hello? Hello? Nice, she's out. Can you grab it? What we'll do, I'll grab it.
OK.
I'll grab it. OK. Good girl. She can't go anywhere because I've blocked everything off.
Yeah.
Hello, Tatty Head. Come on. Little baby's got out. Come here, you. Come on, there's your mum. There's your mammy. Mum's good weight. She's in good nick. They both are, so that's good.
Wonderful.
Come Come on, you two. Here we are.
Great.
2 cats. All the best.
Thank you, yeah.
Hope you lads
Take
go all right
care.
soon.
Take care.
Ta-ra now.
Mother and Kitten are now heading for an animal centre, and hopefully they'll soon find a safe new home of their own. At Putney Animal Hospital, they treat feline patients of all ages, and today we're with a very purry older chap called Treacle, who was brought in after he was found collapsed in the street. He's recovered well and is now in the care of head vet Caroline Allen and ward supervisor Emma Turner.
So, Caroline, you look like you mean business with your stethoscope. What are you going to do today?
Treacle's one of our sort of older patients, and he's had a lot of tests and really looks healthy, but he's got what we call a little bit of a heart murmur. And the funny thing in cats is that can mean that actually the heart is completely healthy and it can just be incidental, but also it can mean that there is an underlying heart problem,
Right.
which obviously can be quite serious. But we have a very nice new ultrasound machine.
Right.
So what we're able to do now is perform an ultrasound and actually say, you know what, he might have a heart murmur, but he's got a clean bill of health and he's going to go on and live a nice sort of healthy life with nothing to worry about. It obviously makes it much easier for rehoming.
Can you do me after?
Yes, exactly the same. I mean, it's...
All righty, so...
First, Caroline needs to try and listen to the noisy chap's heart.
He's purring away.
He seems very chilled out.
Yeah.
He is, he's loving this.
Emma's our cat whisperer, so he's purring. Actually, that means that it's very difficult to hear the heart.
Oh, OK.
But we'll see if we
Treacle,
can...
shut it.
Yeah,
More like, shut it, Treacle. That sounds more sort of EastEnders, doesn't it? Shut it, Treacle.
Still purring, are we?
Treacle, you're not getting any dinner tonight. Oh, just trying.
That was actually working.
Oh.
Seems I'm the anti-cat whisperer.
Oh, yeah, I can hear it.
Yes, Treacle's definitely alive. Time for the scan.
And we have to lie him over this slightly odd contraption. He's had a little bit of sedation. We can give him a little bit more if he needs it, but you don't want to give too much because that can affect the heart.
Yeah.
So he's had a little bit of happy... Oh, I said you've had a little bit of happy juice, but you're not a happy chappy, are you? No, it's nose rubs. Nose rubs.
Nose rubs, a cat whisperer's secret weapon. Hopefully that will distract Treacle from the cold gel.
What are you expecting to see, then?
Well, we'll see the heart obviously sort of contracting quite nicely, and then what we need to do is look at the thickness of the walls, and then we try and have a look for any secondary changes in the heart.
Right.
All right there, darling.
Unlike humans, cats don't have heart attacks, but thickened heart muscles can be a sign of disease, which, if not treated with medication, can lead to heart failure.
So this is what's called the left ventricle, and this is the bit of the heart that does the heavy pumping.
Right.
So we can see this sort of thick muscle there, and then this is the left atrium, and this is where blood comes in from the lungs.
Do you have an
And on that.
instinct looking at it, how things are, or do you need to...
We need to do measures. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm a little bit worried.
Right. What's worrying you?
Just the muscle does look quite thick, but, you know, it's all scale, and so we shouldn't make judgments just on looking.
Only by closer examination of the scan results will Caroline be able to tell if Treacle has heart disease. But if he does, he probably won't be able to find a new home.
Really got our fingers crossed because we're hoping that Treacle's going to go into our new cattery. And then obviously
right.
then go off for rehoming to a nice new home.
Is he going to be the first one to go in, hopefully?
Yeah, that's what we're hoping.
Oh, how lovely. Do you realise how lucky you are, Treacle? No. Well, it's about time you did.
No, that face is not saying that he does.
Oh, dear.
Can I just have a little cuddle of Treacle?
Let the anti-cat whisperer have a go at cheering him up.
Is he all right to lift up?
Yeah, he loves it.
Yeah, he's actually a big
Come on, mate.
big cuddler.
He loves head scratches.
Does he?
Yeah.
As an older black cat, Caroline, is he harder to rehome, Treacle?
I mean, unfortunately, black cats in general are harder to rehome. People sort of have superstitions about them. They don't look so good in photos, which is obviously a real shame. But, you know, he's a real character.
And I think you're lovely.
He is.
They're happy as well.
Here's hoping he's healthy too. We'll find out how he's doing later. Earlier we met Suti, a thin elderly cat with a broken leg. A vet exam showed that he had a badly damaged knee joint, and the prognosis was that the leg needed to be amputated. He's had blood tests to check for any underlying problem that might make surgery too dangerous. The results have shown he has a condition common to older cats, as nurse Devon Caffel explains.
Suti's bloods have come back, mostly normal, but his thyroid levels are quite high.
This thyroid condition won't prevent Suti having surgery. In fact, today it will mean more surgery for him, from vet Mark Barton.
We're looking to do a thyroidectomy today as well, so we remove that thyroid gland, so try and reduce the need for his thyroid medication. Thyroid hormones will tend to run their metabolism, so if they're hyperthyroid, their metabolism will tend to run too fast, so they end up with high heart rates. So a lot of these cats will eventually tend to end up with heart problems. His heart rate when he came in was well over 200, which is far too high. Even in a stress situation, we normally expect a heart rate of about 180, something like that.
The thyroid op is second on the to-do list today. First up is amputating Suti's leg.
Surgically, we're going in. We'll do a loop around here, take the bone up there, so that's where we're going to be. Just above the knee is where the surgical incision's going to be. Okay.
Just bandaging the bottom of his foot so that the whole site remains sterile.
What I tend to do is do a cut around the leg to cut the skin.
If you're averse to a bit of blood, look away now.
And we look for the large nerve of the back leg, which is the sciatic nerve. That there is the sciatic nerve. The nerve function on this leg is so poor.
After cutting away the skin and muscle, Mark seals the blood vessels with a cauterizing tool.
What we've got to do is just cut the bone now. Basically what we can see is this cat's got virtually no muscle on this leg, which fits with the fact that it's got a nerve injury. Now the bit for the squeamish.
Don't worry, we're not going to make you watch Mark wielding a hacksaw, which is what he uses to cut through the bone.
So that's the bone cut. Covering the end of the bone with muscle, so to try and hopefully protect the stump. So this is the final layer for the amputation, just suturing the skin back together.
Next is the thyroidectomy, but as Suti could be as old as 16, they need to check on his condition.
Yeah, his anaesthetic's absolutely stable.
Mark's going to make an incision into Suti's neck.
There's a lot of things to be careful of. There's nerve structures, vessel structures, and it's quite close to the airway. That's his thyroid gland there, the enlarged thyroid gland.
As well as giving Suti an overly fast heart rate, his hyperactive thyroid has been causing his metabolism to run too fast, so he was eating ravenously but was still unable to put on weight. Happily, both of Suti's operations seem to have gone without a hitch.
What we need to do now is wake him up and look for his recovery, and then hopefully he'll go on to put on some weight and be a lot happier and a lot more comfortable in a few days.
Coming up...
Suti will always be here in my heart.
Suti's owner, Sarah, has come to a big decision.
Now I've decided I will be signing my other 7 babies over to the RSPCA.
Over the past few months, a brand new cattery for harder-to-rehome moggies has been built next to the Putney Animal Hospital. Today, it's finally finished, and it's time for the grand opening in the presence of Big Cheese Chris Sherwood. Oh, and guess who'll be cutting the ribbon? Here we are to open this fantastic new centre, and all these people have come to adopt cats. Just hang on, and you can all come in. How marvellous. OK, so unaccustomed as I am to doing this sort of public service, can I just apologise briefly? Meghan Markle was supposed to be doing this, but...
Does that mean I'm Harry?
Maybe. Same hair-ish. Yeah, I'm afraid Megan couldn't be here. She's having a bikini wax. So, can I just say I'm absolutely delighted I'm here to do it, and all I have to do is cut the ribbon and say, hooray!
Hooray!
I'm opening it. Hooray! And more applause, please, for the first cat into the centre. It's our adorable old friend Treacle, who's now been given a clean bill of health.
So we did a little bit more in the scanning and we took some measurements. He's an older cat and, you know, he's going to need regular checks in his new home, but nothing too concerning. So he's very lucky. This will be a really nice place for him to hang out and hopefully then find a new home.
Fingers firmly crossed for you, Treacle. Now, remember Suti, the elderly cat whose broken back leg was reported by a worried neighbour?
He's completely dragging that back leg. He's not weight-bearing at all.
After a vet exam confirmed he was suffering, he was signed over by his owner, Sarah, who couldn't afford to pay for treatment.
Suti will always be here in my heart, because he's still... in my mind, he's still my baby. But I didn't know what was best for him. I didn't want him to be put down as well, because I couldn't have that done. The amputation would cost me £600, and I didn't have that sort of money.
And Sarah has come to a big decision about her 7 other cats.
I can't let this happen again. Now I've decided, sadly, that I will be signing my other 7 babies over now to the RSPCA.
Morning.
Morning.
Morning, Sarah. You OK? You managed to get them all in?
I did,
oh,
yes.
Well done.
The other cats, 2 of which are pregnant, are all in good health.
Your babies are in there, look. Go on then.
Bring it upstairs. For all the right reasons.
I know they are. I know it is.
For all the right reasons we're doing this.
I know.
OK.
It's going to be very quiet.
It is going to be quiet, yeah.
After weighing up Sarah's motives for her treatment of Suti, Hershey is not pursuing a prosecution against her.
Bye-bye, darling. So I'm going to miss them so much. I know they'll be looked after and they'll be happy. And that's all I want for them.
It's a very selfless thing to do. You know, she's doing what's right for her animals, and she understands that she can't provide for them all. It shouldn't be difficult for us to rehome.
Meanwhile, Suti's had surgery for the overactive thyroid that was causing him to be underweight, as well as having his leg amputated. A lot for the poor old chap to go through. So how is he doing now?
Do you want some dinner? Come on then, come on then.
Suti now lives with Caroline Wisdom. She fell for him as soon as she spotted him at the animal centre.
He'd just been brought in the night before, just had his leg removed, and just sitting looking very sorry for himself. So that was it, love at first sight. I couldn't ask for a better cat. He's just lovely, and we've just connected, I think, really, haven't we?
Suti's recovering well from his operation, and Caroline has adapted the home environment especially for her 3-legged friend.
We have here a little box which he uses to get onto and off the chair quite easily, so he's still a bit frightened of jumping high heights. Come on then, up you go. Good boy, you can do it, come on. You can do it, well done, good boy. He is lovely though. He's a big fuss pot and he likes lots of cuddles.
Looks like Caroline has given Suti his second chance at happiness.
We're a good match, and we were obviously meant to be together. And make whatever time he's got left, whether it be a year or 5 years, it'll be a good time. And he'll be looked after, and loved, and spoilt.
And that's one cat that really deserves it. Now, what about the kitten Matty Brown rescued with its mum from the house that squatters had trashed?
Here we are.
The good news is that both mum and baby have found new homes. The kitten, now called Minnie, is living with Emily Hall and family.
I'd say she thinks she's quite a posh cat. Yeah, she likes to be quite prim and proper, but lovely and soft and playful.
And little Minnie also has a new playmate called Mickey. Well, what else?
They're just great company and fun. Our previous cat lived till she was about 16, so yeah, I expect to have these for quite some time. It's lovely to have cats again. It's like coming home to a little friend, isn't it? Waiting for you. They are both such characters. It's lovely just having them around.
In there. Oh.
We've seen that an inspector's job can sometimes be very stressful. And that's not even accounting for us following them around. We also ask them to talk to camera for us, straight down the lens in special, sometimes revealing interviews about their work. This interview technique has the terrifying sounding name of the Interrotron, and it needs its own periscope-type kit.
The interviewee will look directly down the lens. Now, that can be quite intimidating. Rather than just seeing the lens, the interviewee is looking at a reflection of the person that's doing the interview with them.
It's all done with mirrors, apparently. But let me tell you, when the spotlight's on you, it's not as easy as it looks. Just ask Animal Collection Officer Joe White.
I can't even remember what the question was. I'm so bad at this.
No, honestly,
It's pretty scary doing this sort of thing. Just trying to work out what to say.
And Rosie Russon agrees with him.
They are nerve-wracking. You're just panicking. Am I going to say something wrong? I'm a goldfish. Remember? Oh. So get on with it and hopefully not making myself look such an idiot on camera.
Trust me, it's very easy to look an idiot on camera.
It looks like you're slightly looking this way, but maybe it's just hard to tell. Wonky eyes.
And this lot are their own biggest critics.
Did you see me use the word cat too many times this then? Kitty cat.
That's rubbish. That's what I do. Yeah. That's rubbish.
I apparently go quite a lot, which is really, as I say, on cue, I've done it again. It's quite important. I'm aware I just went,
Look, I'll just say cat. Just cats. Put a picture of a cat up, then just put a picture up of somebody like Tom Hardy.
Loving your work, Hershey. Matty Brown is another one who takes his inspiration from film stars.
At the end of the Italian Job, and Michael Caine's at the end, going, all right, lads, I've got a little idea. Well, that's what it's always about, because you're always thinking of ideas, what to do. That's my Michael Caine impression, that, by the way.
Did I smash it?
I think you all did. Next time...
There's a kitten in here.
It's a high-risk situation for Animal Collection Officer Joe White, as a kitten is spotted on a motorway hard shoulder.
It's obviously terrified, as I am as well.
You can feel little bumps on her back.
Yeah.
Two cats living in a hazardous environment present a challenge for Inspector Sam Durrant.
You are going to need to make some quite drastic changes in here.
It's all right, sweetheart.
And I come face to face with one of the tiniest kittens I've ever seen. It's all right, back to Mum soon.